Dun, dun, dun! Hello, beautiful people. It's me, Robyn Carpenter Briscoe, your favorite spiritual life coach. And we are live today for the last day of July. Has it been a long month for you? It seems been excruciatingly long month for me. I don't know why. It's interesting. Some months, some parts of your life seem to fly by in a flash, and other parts seem to just drag along. And then sometimes it feels as though you're having this extraordinarily magnificent experience, and it just keeps going on and on and on. So, yeah, it's been good, but I'm good. I'm glad that it's over because I've been really waiting for August to come because I have so many good things happening in August. There are announcements that will be made. There are really cool things that I'm doing with my other show and, entity, the brand, or whatever word you want to use, the lesbian socialite. All kinds of cool stuff is going on over there. I'm adding friends, so that's going to be fun. And August is going to be amazing. August is the end of season 1. We've been in the first season. Thank you for being here with me if you have been here with me. And if this is your first episode, welcome. I'm glad you made it. So the end of season 1 will be the month of August, and we have 4 episodes, all interviews, people who I've been trying to get on our schedule, organize our schedule, all kinds of things. I'm really excited about the people that I am going to introduce you to. And each week will feature someone new that is a teacher and a cohort and a friend on my journey. And I'm grateful to be able to end season 1 with these 4 people. So I'm not telling you who they are. If you keep waiting for me to say their names, that's not going to happen. So moving right along. So today's topic is a part 1. So part 2 will happen next month with one of my guests. So that'll be fun. But part 1 is here. And we are talking about fear, doubt, and worry. So fear is defined thusly: an unpleasant feeling triggered by the perception of danger, real or imagined. I'm going to read it again because there's some really key words in there and I want you to get them. Fear is an unpleasant feeling triggered by the perception of danger, real or imagined. So now, the perception of danger that is real is, oh, that thing hit me, or oh, this fire, or, where you're actually in danger. Then there's the fear that I'm talking about, which is the perception of danger that's imagined. This is where we're really, that I know that I have been in the past really good at creating blocks in my illimitable living, because I've allowed imagined fear to take over my thought process, my thinking, and how I move through life and choose to move through life based on the fear that I have. And it is, again, perceived danger, not in actual danger. I am never concerned when a feeling has been triggered that, oh, don't do that, you'll catch on fire, or you'll get hit by a car, or any other sort of mortal danger, or lots of physical trauma could then be experienced. I generally don't put myself in positions where that could be an issue. So that's why if I find myself in those kind of positions, I listen to myself. It's the other fear that we are looking at getting past. And my motto has always been that I never wanted fear to be the reason why I didn't do something. So that is how I would say you find courage in your life, right? Because as they say, courage isn't the lack of fear, it's the having fear and doing it anyway, right? So that has been really a way that I have lived my life and walked through life, has been because if the only thing that was preventing me from getting the thing that I wanted, needed, or desired, right? Whatever that thing is, the meeting the person I needed to meet, being in the room to experience something I really wanted to experience, having the life that I really wanted to have. If the only thing that was preventing me from having it was the fear of what could happen, that is not enough incentive to not do it. It's simply not. It's like, well, what if it's embarrassing? Or, what does my friend Marley say? Fun, comfortable. I love that. So we want to really hone in on that idea that it's the perceived danger, real or imagined. You can perceive that danger is coming without any sort of like external trigger. And that is when you have to find a way to connect to the understanding that it's made up in your head. So much of what we're afraid of is all in our head. We are afraid of things that don't exist because we made them up in our head. This could happen. This might happen. All of those things are true. And also they might not. It might not happen. It could happen, but it might not happen. Sorry, I'm fussing with my thing because I'm a little warm today. Anyway, so fear. So what is doubt? Let's look at it that way. Let's look there. Next page. A feeling of uncertainty or lack of conviction. So now doubt is much more about how you feel about yourself, right? So fear is perceived danger. Doubt is where you were like, I don't know, maybe I don't know this. I don't know, maybe I'm not smart enough, pretty enough, whatever enough. Doubt has everything to do with your enoughness. And your feeling of not enoughness, I should say. So if we are going to, quote unquote, conquer our fears, right? If we're going to go out and do it anyway, even though we're having a perceived danger, right? We have to believe that when we do it anyway, we are going to be able to accomplish it. So we have to have, as they say, courage of conviction. We have to believe in ourselves enough to believe that we can get through it, whatever it is. So lack of conviction means, well, if I do it, it still might not work because I don't know if I'm enough. So we have to believe in our enoughness. And that alone helps prevent us from getting to the place of fear, right? Part of the solution of not being afraid is to believe in yourself. That's really how it all works out, right? What keeps coming to mind is the little black girl character in Polar Express. And like, I clearly identified with her very strongly. One, she was the black girl, and two, she felt a lot like me, particularly when I was that age. When I was all like, "We can do it. It'll be fun. It'll be awesome." So actually, I'm still like that. However, that was the thing about that character that I loved so much, was like, it wasn't that she wasn't afraid of things. It was like, we're just going to figure it out. It'll be okay. I know it'll be okay. I don't know how it'll be okay, which also reminds me of Shakespeare in Love. It always works out. Well, how? I don't know. It's the theater. But it's going to be okay. If for no other reason, know that I am at all times one with divine source energy. And as such, that means I have everything I could possibly need in whatever situation I find myself in to live the illimitable life that I am seeking. As long as I'm coming as my authentic self. Yes? Yes. I'm just saying yes, and we're going to keep going with our definitions. So worry. Give way to anxiety or unease. Allow one's mind to dwell on difficulty or troubles. I'm repeating this one because it's really important for you to hear it. Give way to anxiety or unease. Allow one's mind to dwell on difficulty or troubles. It's a verb, which means it's an action word. Okay? So as an action word, it means that the person that is worrying is actively doing it. It is not something that is happening to them. And that is the key with all three of these words. Here, allow one's mind to dwell on difficulty or troubles. Allow, that's the word in there that you needed to focus on. You control the worry. You And if you were telling me, Robyn, I have this, I've been diagnosed with that, I blah, 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 I can't help myself, I'm going to say, I hear you, and I don't support that belief about you. I know that there are things that there are clinical diagnosis of things that give way to the idea that you have no control over your own mind. And that is what they're telling you if they say, you know, oh, you have this disorder. This is why this is happening. Take this pill. That's the deal. And then you claim that as a reason for why your life is the way that it is because of this diagnosis that you're claiming about self. So what I'm saying to you is, yes, the diagnosis is real. The whatever it is that they're saying about you is absolutely a thing that can be said about a person. And also there is belief that you can have about self, and belief about the fact, and belief about how much power you have in your own life. So that is all I'm going to say about diagnoses. Moving back to the word worry, allow one's mind to dwell on difficulty, right? How much time have you spent at some point or another in your life dwelling on a situation, experience, or idea that you couldn't do anything about, that was something that literally already happened? It wasn't anything that could be altered, changed in any way. The only thing that you can change is how you think about it and how you decide your experience of it was. So hold on, I need some tea. So think about this. Ooh, that's good. Think about this. If you stop making statements like, I worry, or I'm a worrier, or yeah, I worry a lot, or stop making statements like that about yourself. Stop claiming those things about yourself. And then find ways to disrupt the pattern of worry, doubt, or fear. Because if you notice, each one of these things are things that are things happening within you. Perceived danger, lack of conviction, allow one's mind. Those are all things happening within you. They're not things happening outside of you. And that's the thing that I want you to get to. You have the power. You always have the power to go through your life the way that you are deciding to go through your life. Regardless of external circumstances, you always have the power within you to decide how your life is going to be, because it is going to be how you are perceiving it. I was sitting in the middle, in the last row of the plane one day, and it was literally the last seat. I got the last seat that was available on that flight, which meant I got to get where I was going, even if I was going to have to sit between two big dudes in front of the bathroom the whole time. So, well, I should say the bathroom at my back. So I decided that day, I was like, you know what? The real VIP seats are the ones all the way in the back, because those are the ones that you don't have to have the whole world passing by while you're sitting at your seat, looking on your tray, looking at you, staring at you, figuring out what it is that's going on about you. Unlike first class, where the entire plane goes by on their way to their seats. Now, of course, my hair is just everywhere. Now, of course, this was the story I was telling myself that day. And that was the story that I shared with my seat companions, my row companions. And we laughed and talked. And I had a perfectly pleasant flight. Now, this is like going back a few years. A perfectly pleasant flight in the seat that I was in. I've also been seated in a first class seat where I was appalled by the general airplane etiquette that my seat neighbor was demonstrating, and had not nearly as pleasant of a flight as I would have hoped, considering I was sitting in first class in actually my favorite seat in first class. So, I ought to have been having the like, oh, yes. And yet I was like mortified by that guy across from me and just distracted by him the whole time. And it proves that I was distracted by him the whole time, because I have been on countless flights over many years, and I remember this guy, right? So it shows you how much of a disruption I allowed his beingness to disrupt my experience of my journey. So fear, doubt, and worry are all things that you are allowing to happen. One actually in the definition says allow in your mind to take you out of your peace, which means you are not living an illimitable life. Illimitability requires peace. You have to have a knowingness, a peace within you that allows you, where you are allowing this magnificent life to unfold before you in gratitude. However, you cannot have that if you are allowing fear, doubt, or worry to block you from your life experiences. So what's the stone we're going to use to help with this kind of thing? So it was really funny because I had originally chosen Tiger's Eye. Now, I'm not even going to show it to you because I'm pretty sure that Tiger Eye was the stone I used like 2 episodes ago. So you already know all the definitions of Tiger's Eye. It was wonderful. If you don't, you're going to have to go check a couple episodes back. I decided that today's stone needed to be a different stone because the thing that I got to was what is the opposite of these emotions? Because they're all feelings and thoughts and allowances that we're having. The feelings that you're having based on mindset practices that you are going through. And I said that I really thought it was Larimar. So this is Larimar. I'm wearing it today. This is one of my favorite pieces. I have a piece of Larimar here next to me. Also, I wanted you to see the different ways that Larimar, the colors can show up. Larimar is a stone that it was discovered. It's only available in the Dominican Republic. That's the only place. And if you have been watching the videos for like the last 6 months, then you know that Larimar was one of the stones that I chose as the top 5 stones for 2021. Larimar is in there. It is part of the crystal kit that I created. There are like 11 left. So if maybe you're interested in that, hit me up. We'll talk about that later. But let's talk about what Larimar is about. Listen and really hear what others are saying. This is key. And I know that this seems a little, I don't know why, but this is key. I listen and really hear to what others are saying. Part of fear, doubt, and worry has to do with our miscued, miscommunicated, misunderstood thoughts, right? Often we are afraid of something that doesn't exist. And when we on further inspection, that is why we realize, oh, I was afraid of nothing. Or we have lack of conviction about our ability to do something and then do it and rock it. And we go, oh, look, I'm so much better than I was thinking I am. Okay. And part of that is stories we tell ourselves inside, and stories we tell that people tell us about ourselves, and stories we tell about other people. Those are all stories, none of which are truth. They are us not listening with love. And Larimar is a stone for loving communication. So I listen and hear what others are saying. Others listen to me and understand what I am communicating. I am in touch with my emotions. I breathe in life completely. It is easy for me to relax into the ebb and flow of life. I am balanced, whole, and complete. How could that not be the most perfect stone for what we're talking about? You have to lovingly communicate to yourself those things. I am easily relaxed into the ebb and flow of life. I accept things as they are coming. I do not fight against the things that are there. There's no reason to fight against. I am balanced, whole, and complete. I lovingly listen to myself and others and expect the same in return. Listen, it has nothing to do with how other people are listening to you, and everything to do with your expectations of how they are listening to you. So of being listened to, I should say. So if you are expecting people to listen to you, and you are expecting with love to receive the best experience of that, then that is what you are going to have. You are going to see it the way that with the best eyes. I listen to others and they listen to me. I understand others and I am understood. I relax into the ebb and flow of life. I am balanced, whole, and complete. So it is funny that I couldn't, well, part of the reason why I ended up choosing the other stone is because I couldn't find my tiger eye. And I was like, oh, I know I probably used it the other day. I don't care. It's still the one, the eye of the tiger. Like I was singing the song the whole time, eye of the tiger, because fear, doubt, and worry, if you have conviction, yes, you are not afraid, you know, that kind of thing. And then I heard the voice. Don't you think really that you need to come with love? Isn't the real point not the fighting against but the going the opposite direction? This is what was going on in my mind. Well, and I was hearing, this is the voice that I was hearing me say to my, higher self speaking. Don't you think it needs to be coming from love in a big way? Yes. Lovingly communicating with yourself? Yes. Because remember, it's perceived. It is allowed. So if it's your perception, it is the thoughts that you are allowing. It is your lack of conviction. You have to lovingly give that back to yourself in order for you to get through and past those things. You have to love yourself through it. Yes? Yes. So, clearly, one of the ways that you can do it is wear Larimar. You can also hold it in your hand and speak a mantra. I am balanced, whole, and complete. How could you have lack of conviction if you are balanced, whole, if complete, or complete? How can you let fear get in the way of your illimitable living if you know that you can take care of whatever needs to be taken care of? How can you worry that you can't take care of it, that you won't be able to get through it, that you are dwelling on your difficulties when you have so much goodness in your life? Lack of communication, loving communication to self. So Larimar is your way to go with that. Holding that, I am balanced, whole, and complete. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, yes. And that is all we have for today. Yay! So, a couple of things. One, if you want to find out about the 5 stones for 2021, which includes Larimar, it is also, let's see, what did we have this year? We had Larimar, Nephrite Jade, Pyrite, Herkimer Diamond, and one more that I can't think of right now. But anyway, it's a good bunch. This is, lapis lazuli. Yes, yes, yes. Woo, yes. So, yes, if you are interested in that, it is $55 shipped, which includes a 30-minute stone or crystal charging session with me. Super quick and easy. We get those mantras in. I give you like 3 options of how you want to charge it. We say it together. You get a recording. Done and done. $55 shipped. So that's that. You need to write me at i.am.illimitable@gmail.com. How do you spell illimitable? ILLIMITABLE. Illimitable. So I.am.illimitable@gmail.com. Shoot me a message about anything. You can ask me about the stone and crystal kits. You can ask me more about crystal charging sessions. You can ask me anything you want, actually. Number 2, if you have not subscribed to the channel, do it right now. Subscribe. We've got a whole month of amazing interviews that we will be doing, conversations that we will be having with some of my favorite people on the planet for the month of August to wind out our first season before we get started on season 2 in October. So get subscribed and then catch up. There's lots and lots and lots of stuff. Then number 3, make sure that you are following me in all the places that are social media places. Instagram, I am Goddess of Joy. Twitter, I am Goddess of Joy. Facebook, the page for my business is facebook.com/Goddess of Joy RVCB, or you can look for the Illimitable You page. Then meet me here next week. Yes? Remember, my beautiful friends, I love you very much. I am really grateful for you. Remember, you are illimitable. You are. So that means you can go out and create a life that rocks. I love you. I'll see you next week. Have a really good rest of your weekend.